Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today is the 35th day of my 11th entry point water fast. So this means that for the 11th time in my life, I haven't eaten for 35 days. So the last stream I did was last Sunday. That was the 28th day. And a very interesting thing happened yesterday. As some of you might know, I did an experiment. And before I tell you experiment, I know that still a lot of you don't know me. So around here, you see all the videos that I've recorded. And all these videos have one thing in common. And they are based on entry point philosophy. And entry point, that's a philosophy that I live by. And you can find out more information on a website called ENTRYPOINTacademia.org. I just launched it, and you can find all the links in the description to this video. And if you find it intriguing, I would love you to help me out with it. And when I said that it all interconnects, a lot of people ask me, George, how can you not eat for so many days? So one thing to find out how I think, again, it's based on entry point philosophy, and you can find it in the video right here, because it's the first segment of Entry Point Academia, and it's called Psychology, and it basically describes you how I have it set up in my mind so that I can cope with these things. And of course, and the entry point philosophy, I always talk about it like it's these glasses. It just gives you another perspective on reality that you can incorporate into your decision making. And to show that it brings results, you can check out videos over here. They are all my channel. This one is about how to kill cancer cells. This one is about how to kill cancer cells. And this one is an interview I did with world-renowned oncologist Jocelyn Tan. And everything that's in this video, that's what she confirmed in the interview. In the video over here, you can learn about the ultimate diet that I found out thanks to these entry point glasses. And of course, up here, there's a very interesting video. And it's about, because I always talk about how during water fasting, your brain works differently. And if the brain works differently, it doesn't tell you anything. So I did a music piece where I took one motif and I worked on it during fasting and during not fasting. And you can actually hear these two piano pieces. And it's not about if the piece is better or if you like it or not, but to hear the differences, because those are the differences that you can find out during fasting or during wearing these glasses, quote unquote. Because when you look at it from a point of view of entry point, you can find out more information, and as I said in the beginning, you can integrate it back to your life, and that way you can make better decisions. Now, why do I say better decisions? Well, that ties together with the experiment I did yesterday. Because what I wanted to do is to play chess online and to see if my mind works differently or not. Now, why chess? Aside that it measures certain qualities of the brain, I find that chess, it's like life. When you see a chess position, it's like any situation in life. It's like a chess position. In every position in chess, you have moves that make sense, moves that don't make sense. The moves that don't make sense, let's throw them away. And then you have various important moves. Just like in life, you have several important decisions to make. So you have to visualize the variations. You have to visualize what the position will look like after several moves. And the position, that the way you imagine it, you have to evaluate for yourself if you will be in a better position or none. And it's just the same in life. Should I go to this school? Should I do this job? Should I choose this partner? And try to imagine the future and evaluate if it's good or not. So I decided yesterday to play chess online after not eating for 34 days. And I thought I was gonna play, let's say, for an hour or two. But in the end, yesterday, I played for 10.5 hours straight. Of course, I had several toilet breaks, but I played for 10.5 hours. And it doesn't matter if you know chess or not, but in chess, there's a really actually good rating system called ELO. So I started at ELO 1420, and after in the beginning, it jumped up to 1550, then it dropped down, and then I ended up on the same level. Now, at first, I was really disappointed about it because I thought I would do better, but then I realized that it was actually really hard because I haven't played online with anyone or in real life for a very long time. So this was a little bit of stress. Another stress was that I was streaming it live. So, I was describing the game, I was, chatting with people. So this was a new thing. And all of this combined, I think that I was overly excited. So I decided to, because again, I enjoyed it. And I think it was interesting that the 10.5 hours went by really fast. Just a, interesting thing. During standard work days, when I fast, let's say the past 10 days, every day I lose 0 to 0.5 kilos every day. Now, after this 10.5 chess marathon, sitting and clicking with the mouse, I actually lost 1.5 kilos. So that's also very interesting. So I decided to repeat this experiment and do it again next Saturday. So again, in this video you can see what it looks like. I was really struggling, swearing, making mistakes, but it was again a very cool experience. So I want to do this again next Saturday, and I also want to do it because I feel that it somehow I don't know how, but somehow it really touched me. And it touched me in a way that I still don't understand it. So I'll have to think about it. And I want to re-experience it again. I have to put my phone. Okay. I want to experience it again next Saturday. So there will be the 41st day of not eating and playing chess. And then I think week after I will stop. And if I stop, before I stop, I will still do one more chess game marathon online. So I think it will be around, let's say, 45th, 46th, 49th day. And then I will do it again a week after I start eating. So I'm really looking forward to this one because I think it's an interesting experiment, because I think that chess doesn't lie. So yeah, so that was my experience yesterday, so check it out. And the past 7 days were actually not that easy. I was surprised because somehow it didn't feel that great. So I was thinking about stopping, but I was going to do this the Saturday experiment, and somehow Saturday experiment pumped me up so much that I'm for sure gonna do another week. And with regards to weight, some of you ask me, like how much I weigh. So when I started doing this fast, I weighed 87 kilos, and now I weigh 72. So in the 35 days, I lost 15 kilos. Now, how long am I going to do it? Well, I always do it as long as I feel fine, and as long as it doesn't interfere with my work life. I work as a marketing director in an IT company, so it's not a physically demanding work, but physically I'm fine. And in the past, I would do runs, so I would finish, let's say, a 70-day water fast, and then I would go for a run. And I was surprised that my times running after not eating for 70 days, or even, and before that, maybe not running for 6 months. When I ran after the 70 days, I had better times than when I was running every day. That was very interesting. Yeah, so I will probably do it as long as I feel fine. Right now I feel fine, so for sure I will do it for another week. So I think I will probably end somewhere around 50 days. Now, water fasting is okay as long as you have some fat reserves. Now, I know I look horrifying, but I know that in the past I weighed 63, 64 kilos. So I know I still have 10 kilos ahead of me, so I can still do it for 30, 40 days, no problem. But I think I will stop within 2 weeks. Now, I think I gotta tell you one thing I noticed. So I have this Facebook profile. It's in the Czech language, and there I have historically some 20,000 followers. But in the Czech Republic, there's a certain demographic group on Facebook, and what's interesting that every time I post anything about water fasting, I always get these hate comments where people tell me, you should stop because you look unhealthy. Now, if I take off these glasses, right, and I look at the world the way everyone looks at, of course I look unhealthy. Oh my God, I look like a piece of shit. I look like a commercial. I look like someone who's taking drugs. I look like someone who's terminally sick. I look like someone who has an eating disorder. I look older. I look like my skin is size bigger than it's supposed to be. Well, of course. But when I look at it from this point of view, I understand that I live in a society that eats sugars 6 times a day. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you have seen the movie WALL-E. And in the movie WALL-E, regardless if you saw it or not, you are part of the movie takes place in a spaceship that has all the human civilization there, and they just live on this spaceship. And the way they live is that they sit in these wheelchairs. They are fat. They just sit in these wheelchairs. So everyone looks like they are really obese. Now, obviously, if any one of us appears in those spaceship, they would think that you are unhealthy because if you only sit and you are fat and you are not sick, then you should be fat. So in our society, people who look like me, who's in a society that eats sugars 6 times a day and drinks sugar 6 times a day, someone who has this low fat obviously looks unhealthy. So just as the symbol of attractiveness changes during the history of humans and in different cultures, so does it look. So does the way what looks healthy or not. So I'm surprised that people don't realize this. Second thing I'm surprised that people don't realize in this demographic group on my Facebook is that I'm not doing water fasting so that I look like this. I'm doing water fasting for so many reasons which have nothing to do with the looks, that it's for me worth looking like this for several weeks during the year, because I get all these benefits. And I'm just surprised because I've been doing these water fasts since 2019, and I've posted I don't know how many hundreds of videos explaining it, that there are still people who yell at me or Facebook yell at me, who are threatening me because they feel that if you look like this, it must be bad for you. Yeah. So this is the 35th day of my 11th entry point water fast. I also did this little stat that since August 2019, I have fasted 504 days. So this means that in 4 years, I fasted over a year, let's say a year and a half. So this is crazy, right? And another funny thing is, today is, it's like the end of August. See, what date is it? Yeah, 27th. So today is August 27th, and it's really funny because nowadays I say, yeah, last meal I had was back in July. Yeah. So this will sound even funnier in September, when in September I'll be saying that the last lunch or breakfast I had back in July 23. Yeah, so that's it, guys. And again, I want to thank you for your support. If you want to write me any messages, questions, WhatsApp me, all the contact information is in the description to this video. And check out the experiment, check out these videos over here. They are all on my YouTube channel. Check out ENTRYPOINT Academia, and maybe also join me live on my next Saturday following my experiment. So see you soon, and take care. Bye bye.